Hello everyone, welcome to the first ever Draftarig Passlocke. This is Alex, one of the mods in the mod team, and I will be presenting the first leg of this Passlocke. But before we get started, I'll first explain what a Passlocke is, because I'm sure there's some people watching that don't know what it is. So a Passlocke is a variation of a Nuzlocke, which is a term I'm sure many of you are much more familiar with, but just in case, a Nuzlocke is a challenge run of Pokemon where you apply some specific rules to make your playthrough a little bit trickier and more fun. The two major rules are, firstly, you can only catch the first Pokemon you encounter in any new area. So let's say you get to Route 1, you encounter a wild Pokemon on Route 1 for the first time. That is the only Pokemon for Route 1 that you can catch. If you fail to catch it, let's say you faint it or you run out of Pokeballs, you're out of luck. You can't get a Route 1 Pokemon anymore. The second rule is that you play with permadeath on, essentially. So if a Pokemon faints, then that Pokemon's gone forever. You can no longer use it anymore, so you either have to permanently box it or release it. Now, Passlocke is very similar, you use the exact same rules. The only difference is that it's essentially kind of like a relay race cooperatively with other people. So for example, I will be doing the first gym, so I'll be playing up to Sharon, and then beating Sharon, hopefully, and stopping, and then it'll be the next person's turn. And then you basically just keep doing that, so people keep playing in segments, they finish their segment, and pass it on to the next person. So without further ado, I'll get started. As you can see, I'm playing Pokemon White 2. Great game, highly recommend playing it if you haven't played it before. And then as I get through the starting dialogue with Professor Juniper, you might notice that it's a little bit different than normal. That's because I am using a specific patch for White 2 that unlocks challenge mode. So Black and White 2 is the first and only actually mainline Pokemon game to have difficulty options. Once you beat the original game, it unlocks easy mode and challenge mode, which basically just alter levels of every trainer and also provide specific changes to Gym Leader and Elite Four teams. In the case of challenge mode, it makes them a bit harder, a bit stronger, and it's fun to have a challenge. And the reason I'm using a patch for this is so that I can do it without having to play through the game and beat it the first time. And just a quick shout out, I found this patch on Reddit from a Reddit user named GhostPro18, so shout out to this person for supplying this patch and making it easy to do challenge mode in this game. So I picked the female player, picked Rosa, and I named her Twiga after our amazing giraffe mascot. And now our rival, I'm going to name him Smogon because I think it's funny. I don't have anything against Smogon particularly, they're a great resource for competitive Pokemon, but we gotta have a rival. Okay, and once she's done talking, we dive right in. Well, I say dive right in, but it's a Pokemon game. There's a lot of tedious stuff that you have to get through at the beginning before you can actually start playing. Look at this nice and pretty opening. So while we're watching this, something interesting about challenge mode in Black and White 2 that you might not know is that in the original games, if you pick challenge mode, it changes the levels of trainer Pokemon. Usually, in challenge mode, it increases them, but it doesn't actually change their stats. So you'll be fighting like level 14 Pokemon as opposed to level 13/12, but they'll still have the stats of the lower level Pokemon, which means you still get the experience for beating level 14 Pokemon. So it's a little bit strange because you're fighting maybe not much stronger Pokemon, but getting more experience. So I've actually never played the original challenge mode. I don't know how much more challenging it is. I'm sure there's still some team variations that make it trickier, but this patch specifically fixes that issue. So for example, Pokemon that are level 14 actually have the stats of being level 14. So it'll be a nice challenge, hopefully. Hopefully not too much of a challenge though. We'd actually like to finish this Passlocke and not lose partway. If you're not familiar with Black and White 2, the first gym leader in this game is Sharon, one of the rivals from the first game. And here we're meeting our rival now, Smogon, who's already a trainer. He already has a Pokemon, but of course he just happens to, as you'll see later, have a Pokemon about the same level as us. But anyway, Sharon is the first gym leader. He's from original Black and White. He was one of the rival Pokemon in that game. And the reason he's actually pretty tricky in this game. He is not a pushover. He's the normal type gym leader, so he has a bunch of normal types with their stab tackles, which in this game is 50 base power. So he can hit pretty hard, and his signature move is Work Up, a boosting move, which can also make his Pokemon hit even harder. So he's not someone to mess with. Definitely don't underestimate Sharon in this game. So I want to make sure we have a nice and strong team before we fight him, which we haven't even got our first Pokemon yet, but it's something to consider about even now. And here's Bianca, the other rival from the first game. We love Bianca. And now we pick our first Pokemon. So, since I have control, I get to choose what our partner Pokemon is for the whole game. And I am going to go with Snivy. I love grass types, my favorite type. Snivy has always been my favorite of the Gen 5 starters. And anyone who doesn't like it, too bad. And I'm gonna name Snivy. Of course you gotta have nicknames. That's sometimes a rule that you see written down for Nuzlocks, but it's a fun rule anyways. I'm gonna name Snivy Noodle because it's a snake, and snakes are really just noodles. And now, of course, we have to do our first rival battle. I think this might be one of the few Pokemon games where your rival begins with a Pokemon and doesn't actually get their Pokemon from the professor. But of course, as you'll see, he just happens to have a Tepig about the same level of our Snivy that he raised from an egg. Interesting. Very interesting. So this is definitely not a great matchup. Although it doesn't have a fire move yet. It's just going to be a tackle battle. I do have the speed advantage, which is good. He's using the bait move, Tail Whip. Ooh, nice crit. And wow, okay, that wasn't a crit, that was just high damage roll. We got this though. Noodle is strong. Now we got Violet, nice stab move. I am going to be speeding through the dialogue, so I apologize if you have not played this game before and are curious what they're saying. It's a Pokemon game, it's nothing groundbreaking. And now we have to do the classic tour of Pokemon Center. Blah, blah. Blah, blah, blah. Yes, we know, we know. Now we get Pokeballs. But, of course, before we can actually use them, we have to do the tutorial. This game really loves making us do things that we already know how to do. Running shoes. Now we can run. And now we get the town map. Okay. So our objective right now is to find Smogon and give him his town map. Of course, we have no idea where he went, but apparently they're just assuming that we can find him. Okay, great. Come on, Bianca. Let's speed this up a bit. Okay, good. Now we can finally... Oh my god. Almost finally. Okay. Now we can get our first encounter of the game on Route 19. I don't know exactly what the wild Pokemon selection here is. It's not great, but maybe we can get something useful. Oh, there's Alder. Champion from the first game. Now he's just a hobo wandering around the region, I guess. I'll follow you after I get my encounter. I forgot this route was so short. Okay, Purloin. Level 4. Not bad. The devious Pokemon. Purloin. Poor Purloin. Okay, so we got a male Purloin. I am going to name this after one of my own cats. who himself is named after a Fire Emblem character, Roy. Okay, we got Roy the Purloin. Let's heal and see whatever Alder wants to tell us. Okay, so before we go to his house, I think, if I remember correctly, we can get a potion from one of these houses. Maybe not this one. Is this it? Okay, yes, there we go. Potions are going to be very clutch, especially in this early game, in case crits or something happen. I think that's the only item we can get from here that's worth, or that we can get, just period. Okay, now before we do anything with Alder, we have to go finally find Smalgon and give him his map. Now we're on a new route, Route 20, first route with trainers, and also a new encounter for us once we get to the grass. So I do have Roy the Purloin, but I'm gonna mostly funnel experience into Noodle right now because we really need him to get strong. It's gonna be much more useful for us short term and long term. Roy can definitely be a party member, a useful party member at some point maybe, but Noodle is just, we need Noodle to be strong to be able to beat Sharon. Okay, I guess I should check the natures quickly. I haven't done that yet. So Noodle is docile, neutral nature. That's fine, it's not anything detrimental. And Purloin is lonely, plus attack. That's not bad. I don't know how much we'll actually be using Purloin, but that's not a bad nature. I'm gonna heal quickly before we go any further, because these trainer Pokemon actually kind of hurt. We're already starting to feel the level increase from challenge mode. I don't know exactly what the full range of Pokemon we can get from this route is either. I think it's mostly still these early route Pokemon like Purloin, Patrat, maybe a Lillipup if we're more lucky. Okay, Noodle's getting some nice experience. And then after this trainer, I can get our encounter. Ooh, big crit. Okay, let's see. What are we gonna get? Swaddle. Level 2 Swaddle. Great. Perfect. Actually, is this just gonna one-shot it? Okay, no. So Swaddle is the early bug type of this gen, but it doesn't evolve early, so it's not going to be very useful right now. In fact, it doesn't evolve until level 20. Yikes. So let's see, we have a male Swaddle. What's a name Swaddle? I'm really bad at naming. Oh god. You know what? I'm gonna name him Louis. Like Louis Vuitton. Because, you know, it's the sewing Pokemon. I don't know why that came to my brain, but that's what's happening. So right now we have a level 4 Purloin, a level 2 Swaddle, and a level 9 Noodle. So things could be better. Could be worse, but could be better. Wait, what else could we even get on that route? Our other options were Sunkern, Patrat, Pidove, and then the two that we already have. A Pidove would have been nice, honestly. But oh well. And if we try to get this way, you'll see this guy won't let us pass because we don't have a gym badge yet. We're being gate kept. So here we are at Floxy Ranch, the next area. Spoiler alert, but if we continue on a little bit, we will get into a rival battle, which is not great considering we still have a type disadvantage and are very much relying on Noodle. Oh, and I already ran to grass, so I guess this is our encounter now. I should have narrated that first. And it's a Pidove. Sure. Tanky Pidove. Okay, this is actually kind of an issue. How much does that do? About the same. I can live one more, I think. Okay, growl, that's fine. So there's a lot more Pokemon available at this ranch. And there's one of them in particular that I really would have loved to get, which is Riolu, because that is the only fighting type you can get before Sharon. Another part of what makes him pretty difficult in this game. You can only get a type advantage if you get the Riolu here. Pidove isn't great, but it's not the worst option. Actually, it's like almost the worst option. But, you know, it's at least level 7. So we have a Pidove, female Pidove. I'm going to name her Priscilla. I have no idea why. That's just the first P name that popped in my head. Oops. Okay, Priscilla Pidove. I'm gonna go back and heal before we fight the rival. Honestly, I'm debating if I want to do a little bit of grinding before I fight the rival. I want to avoid grinding as much as I can because I want to keep things challenging, and also it's not fun to watch people grind or to even be the one grinding. But it's also, do I want to lose the run here? No, not really. And now that we have our Floxy Ranch encounter, this is the full team up to when we fight Sharon. We have a Calm Pidove, and a Neutral Nature, Swaddle. So, not gonna lie, this is not great. So we kind of need to rely on Snivy to carry us. Jeez, that experience gain is not great. Okay, at least I can kill this thing quickly. I don't want to spend too much grinding. Maybe I'll get to level 10 and try the rival battle. Even if this Tepig has Ember, I might be able to just brute force through it with potions. Actually, I should buy potions when I go back to the Pokemon Center. Okay, one more battle, and I should be 10, right? Yes. Yeah, I can live a hit even if it's a crit. Living on the edge. Noodle's 10, it gets wrap. Wish we got a better move, but oh well. So let's go back, get potions, heal up, and then do the rival battle. I don't really want to grind too much. I think another level would be really nice, but 10 might be enough. We can always use one of our sacrifices if we need to. So some of the other things you can encounter at Floxy Ranch, obviously we saw the Lillipup, we saw the Pidove, we saw a Psyduck. Riolu is one of the rare ones. We would have really liked that, but unfortunately we didn't get it. You can also find Patrat, which is, we did see a Patrat there. And you can also find Mareep and Azrael. Mareep wouldn't have been bad either. I would have been happy with Mareep. Because it might get Thunder Wave early enough that that could have been really useful for the Sharon fight. And you could also just get it with Static and try to paralyze things that way. So I guess let's just YOLO. Draftarig v Smalgon. Okay, he only has a Tepig. I think we can brute force through this. I don't want to bother with Leer, I'll just go for the tackles. Okay, he hurts a bit. Just a bit. There's the tail whip. I'm gonna go for the wrap here so I can get some damage even if I have to heal up with potions. He's gonna tail up again. So his first tackle did 7. So this next one I'm at -2. It would do about 14. So I'm still fine. Unless he gets a crit. Okay, we're good. I was very much worried about this fight. I guess I did not need to be so worried. Maybe he doesn't even have a fire move yet. Town map delivery successful. And now the owners of the ranch are here. And the Smalgon is just like, who are you? Trespassing on this ranch. So Hertier's missing. Smalgon is very angry and annoyed about that. He is plot, 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 plot. And now we go to look for it. And thankfully, she will heal our Pokemon. Trainer battle, experience, we love it. And by we, I mean Noodle. So Noodle is level 10, almost 11 right now. We'll get some nice experience from the trainers in this area. Get a few levels. Noodle will evolve at level 17. I don't know if we'll be able to get there. It would be nice, but it could also just be overkill. Okay, Purloin down. 88 XP, pretty good. About half a level. I could switch out to Pidove here to deal with this thing. I might have to, but I don't really want to split EXP. I meant what I said about putting it all into Snivy. But maybe getting some levels in... No, I don't think I need to level Pidove at all. Again, I'm living on the edge. There's still a few more trainers in this area. It's a pretty large area. I'll get this item here first though. Anything down here? Nope. Bunch of Mareep. I wish Noodle was a little bit stronger. That Vine Whip is a bit weak still. Although I guess I only have a 4-level advantage. Okay, level 12. I don't know when I learn my next move. Hopefully soon. Wrap is alright, but it's not great. Ugh. Here comes yellow magic. Oh jeez. One more. Come on, Noodle. Okay. There we go. Oh no, my experience gain is really slowing down. I like how they give that to you right after the Mareep fight. They're like, we know you're gonna get paralyzed. Jeez. Wait, that regular tackle just did 4 damage, and the crit did like 10 damage. Interesting. Damage rolls, I guess. Okay, I think that's the last trainer of this area then. There's her deer. I'm coming. Oh, Team Plasma. Thankfully, well, actually, I was gonna say thankfully we don't have to fight this guy, but I would really love the experience. So I'm a bit sad we don't have to fight him. We do get frustration TM from him. It's like he's afraid of losing Pokemon. That's crazy. I wonder what caused that. You know what, let's get Noodle to level 13. We're pretty close. Oh, need to do one more. Mareep. I wish I had a Mareep. Okay, 13. Oh, we get growth. That's actually pretty nice. Better than Leer, at least. And she will still kill our Pokemon, thankfully. So now we go back to Alder and tell him to teach us, old man, or whatever. But now he's like, you know what, after your 5-minute adventure, you are better than my students. Which I think says more about them, less about us. Should get some decent experience from these things. They're level 10. Not too bad. Not the fire monkey. No. I'm gonna be stubborn and try and kill this thing with Noodle, because I really want that solo XP. But this is gonna hurt. Yeah. I guess I can use potions. I swear if this paralyzes me. Oh my god. I can live one more as long as it's not a crit. Please don't crit. Okay. But then there's the para. Knock it off. Okay, scratch. That's good. Just need one more tackle. Nice. All that for 150 XP. But we're now almost level 14, so that's good. Now we're done with that. We have to talk to this guy. The metal guy. I love how I like to talk crap about Alder a lot, but I honestly gotta respect how dramatic he is. Jumping off a cliff multiple times just to tell you random things. If I could jump off a cliff like that, you know, maybe that's how I would deliver news to people or start conversations. Whereas anyone can jump off a cliff once, but don't think there's anything to grab in this town that we missed, so I'm gonna head right to the gym. Take care of these gym trainers, and then we can assess our levels. I think if we talk to these guys, we get some things. Yes. Yeah, I mean, this guy actually just straight up tells it. He's like, yep, the only fighting type you can get is Riolu, which we do not have. Sadly. First, there's Clyde. Clyde, I love you. Thank you for the fresh water. I do have to admit, I don't usually like playing Pokemon games by funneling all of the XP into one Pokemon, but Sharon is not something to mess around with. It's getting some nice experience from these things, at least. Okay. I don't feel like going back, so I'm gonna just pop a potion here. I can always buy some more. Money is not the biggest issue right now. Oh, we still have 10 potions, we're good. These little pups are tanky. I think this can kill. Nice. And now we are level 15. Okay, so we are right before Sharon. We have level 15 Noodle and level 7 or below everything else. Yeah. I think level 15 is enough to beat Sharon. It'll be tough, but I think it's enough. Honestly, I could go grind for level 17 and get a Servine. That would be definitely enough, but what's the fun in that? I think if we make use of those X attack, X defends too, that'll make things a lot easier. I'll buy 2 more potions. So you have the money. Okay, I'll save quickly. Oh, there's not. I don't really need to because I'm going to be saving right after Sharon anyways, but, you know, old habits. Okay, Sharon. Let's tussle. Oh, I almost forgot something important. We have those orange berries. I'm going to put 1 on Snivy. I'll give 1 to the others too, but I don't think it really will do much. I won't give 1 to Swaddle. Swaddle will get 1 shot by anything. Okay, now we're ready to tussle. So he's leading off with Patra, level 12. That's a little bit higher than I would like for his weakest Pokemon, but you know, it's fine. I think the play here is to start with an X defend. Because all of his Pokemon are physical. Yeah, that's good. And now I'm going to start boosting with growth. And he's also going to start boosting, but I think that defense boost is going to give me the advantage. So his first attack will do 6. So this would do about 12 now. I don't want to let him get too strong. I'm at +2 now, right? Yeah. I don't want to get too greedy. Okay. That's good. We 2-shot this thing now. I can always boost on another of his Pokemon. Okay, here's Lillipup. This is his ace. This thing's probably going to start boosting. I don't think I need to boost, I think I just need to do consistent damage. It's actually faster than me. That's not great. Okay, that's pretty good damage. That hurt a lot. There's the Oranberry. I also have an Oranberry still. Actually, that Oranberry's pretty clutch, because it kept him out of potion healing range. That's his ace down. Now it's Pidove, which I'm still +2 attack, +1 defense. Quick attack. She does a decent chunk of damage, but I have an Oranberry. Tackle does not as much as I would have liked. Ugh, there's a crit. I'm gonna pop a potion. Don't want to lose to another crit. Okay, let's go Snoodle finish this. Oh, and now we get Leaf Tornado. That's pretty great. 65. Wrap is kind of bad, but I feel like it's situations it could be good. I don't think I ever use Spine Wipe over Leaf Tornado. Nice, okay, Sharon's down. That went pretty smoothly. So now we get the badge. I guess it went smoothly, partially because I knew that this battle was going to be tough and used a bunch of things like X defend. What do we get? Work up. Oh yeah, that's a good TM. Oh yeah, I forgot the infinite use TMs was a Gen 5 change. Okay, so to wrap up everything, we have level 16 Noodle, 1 level away from evolving, level 4 Roy the Purloin, level 2 Louie the Swaddle, and level 7 Priscilla the Pidove, which looks like I got an item. Oranberry. Oh, that was the Oranberry I gave it. Duh. Okay. So now I'm just gonna save, and then that's it. That's part 1 of the Draftarig Pokemon White 2 Passlocke. Hope everyone watching enjoyed. Yeah, and then next time you will see Gym 2 fighting Roxy and everything up to that by someone else whose identity I will keep secret, and that'll be a nice surprise. So look out for part 2 where someone else that isn't me will be taking over and continuing on the journey. I'm gonna save again because I'm paranoid. I always save like multiple times in games nowadays. Okay, yeah. Thanks for watching, everyone. Tune in next time.